Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Wax Podcast. This is Dana from DV Auto Detailing in beautiful Massachusetts. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about brands. All right, kind of a touchy subject, if you will. Everybody likes something. Maybe you're into the Patriots, the Celtics, the Bruins, whatever. And then what happens is, once you like that one team, you don't seem to like too many other ones, right? Sort of like the same thing with detailing a little bit, I come to find. So, you go and you follow all the detailers and this and that, and sometimes you'll find a shop that seems to all be using all Meguiar's, all Geon, whatever, right? And they're like, nope, that's it. I'm going to stick to this brand, whatever. The whole point of today's episode is to say, and I implore you, if you are somebody who is doing this for money, you're detailing for dollars, don't be a brand snob, okay? What I mean by that is don't just stick with one brand. When you're doing this for money, okay, you have to factor in your time, the products that you are using. All of your products are expendables, okay? Something that you can't get back. Once you spray that trigger, that little bit of product is gone, okay? So that's an expendable. Puts wear and tear on your tools. All right. Again, any of that stuff that is not necessarily an expendable, a consumable. Okay. That's what I mean. And you're paying for that out of your pocket or your business's pocket. Okay. So just don't be a brand snob. Okay. Sometimes I'll see a shop that's just using all Geon stuff. Geon stuff is expensive. That, in my opinion, is cutting into their profit. So, hey, whatever. They make it work. They make it work. This is kind of a subjective thing. Okay, so is so much in the detailing world. But I basically just want to say that specifically, if you're somebody who is doing this on the side, like I always say, this is what this podcast is for us. For you guys who are the hobbyists, or maybe just doing this for some extra income as a side hustle, okay? You need to maximize your profit. Why would you eat into your profit when you don't have to? So there's so many brands, and there's so many. You got Mothers, Meguiar's, Chemical Guys, Geon, there's so many, right? And they're all competing for your business. Now, you got to remember, too, that the majority of these companies are geared towards the consumer, okay? Retail, not the commercial, industrial. And what that means is, so let's just take Meguiar's, for instance. Meguiar's basically has like two different lineups. You have all their retail stuff, which you go down to Walmart, AutoZone, Pep Boys, whatever, you're going to see their like 16-ounce bottles and all that stuff, right? And it's priced at, on average, a typical 16-ounce bottle of anything, it's usually around $10 right now, okay? It's almost 2022 as I'm recording this. So, then they have their detailer line, which is meant specifically for detailers, okay? I like their stuff. I think Meguiar's is awesome. Great stuff. But guess what? I also think some of their, not all, but some of their gallon-sized stuff is still slightly more on the expensive side. But hey, some people want to, if it works for you, go ahead and use it, all right? If you're happy with what you have, just use it. But one thing that I've definitely come to learn, too, is that for the majority of detailing chemicals, whether it's cleaners, shampoos, that kind of stuff, those kinds of consumables that go really fast. For me, at least, my number one consumable is all-purpose cleaner. I go through that stuff like crazy, right? So I want to get something that both works good, but is also wicked economical, right? That's what I try to do. So it's not really good to be a brand snob. Now, I'm going to talk about this in another episode, but I do have a company that I want to say at least 95% of the products that I use in my detailing business, that is what I use. And the reason is because the products are good and they're extremely economical. I'm going to get into that in another episode. So you'll want to think about, a couple different things. How expensive is this product, like per ounce? Okay. Does it work for you? Is the user experience good? Are you using a wax that is fighting you, sucks to use in the sunlight, whatever, right? Is the glass cleaner actually cleaning? Okay. So you got to think about all these kinds of things. And how accessible are these products to you? Of course, most of the gallon stuff you can't get in the stores unless you're using like Super Clean, which you can get anywhere, right? But the majority of these chemicals, you want a shampoo, you want some wax, whatever, right? All-purpose cleaners, a lot of that stuff, tire dressings, all that kind of stuff. Usually you can't just go to a store and get that stuff unless you have a specialty store around you that sells this stuff, but the majority of us don't. So how easy is it for you to get products, right? Let's say you're in a jam and you need something. Well, you may have to go and get that 16-ounce product somewhere. Or you may be able to order it, right? And sometimes ordering from a website, you got to wait a week. I don't know, whatever. Maybe you have Amazon Prime, it comes sooner. You're competing with those online prices, what have you. But I'm going to be talking a bit about a chemical company that I use, which is extremely, extremely priced economically. Their products work. They're great. And I can get them locally. And if I order them online or if I call the store, I can get the stuff the next day. And it's a good chance that you'll be able to too, wherever you may live in the country. But in any case, I know I say don't be a brand snob. Am I a snob of this brand? No, but I use it because it's a good choice for running a business, okay? Because you need to be economical. If I'm out there with my Chemical Guys t-shirt, my Chemical Guys hat, I'm using all Chemical Guys stuff, hey, guess what? Chemical Guys stuff can be pretty darn expensive, when you cross-shop what's out there. So whether if you like a brand's marketing or whatever, again, if you are detailing for dollars, I really think you should be considering what you're using for your consumables. All right. Obviously, different brands have different tools too. Hey, maybe you like a polisher from this brand. Maybe you like your wheel brushes from this brand. So on and so forth. Right. Fine, dandy. Go ahead and use them if they work for you. But I don't think that it's a wise decision if you are trying to make a profit to say, I want to use this brand just because I think they're a cool brand or whatever. This brand's been around for 100 years. I'm going to use all turtle wax stuff or whatever. It doesn't matter what you use, but just try to be cognitive of how what you're using is going to impact your profit. And that also kind of goes with tools too. Hey, I'm guilty of buying a tool that I thought that I was going to use, and I really don't. A good example would be a Tornador Black. I had the regular Tornador, which I use constantly. Hands down, one of the best investments. That and a really good air compressor. By all means, crazy good investment. But the Tornador Black, I find that I really, truly don't use it that much. And it is what it is. It's like a $200 tool, right? And for the most part, sits. I almost never use it, right? So my carpet extractor, I do very, very, very little carpet extracting, okay? Truthfully. But I have one. It was like $100. It's a little Bissell like pet thing, and it works good for when I need it. I don't have $1,000 Mighty extractor because I don't need it because I don't do very much extractions at all. So that may change depending on your needs, your wants, whatever. But again, I'm just trying to cater towards the weekend guy. And if you're the weekend guy, do you need the $1,000 Mighty? I don't think so, right? But hey, I digress. You do whatever you want, but that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. But again, everything I've said, just please take that into consideration. And think about sales too. No matter what you're trying to get, try to get whatever it is on sale, okay? Well, I want to do a whole other podcast about that stuff, but we'll get into that later. But in any case, so coming up, I also wanted to do some retail reviews too of some stuff. So I wanted to gear this also towards the enthusiast. So again, if you're the enthusiast who wants to make some money on the side, but you also want to buy some brands or buy some smaller stuff that's on your own vehicles, cool. Then that's also what I'm here to do too. So also wanted to get into that stuff. So we'll get into that as the show progresses. Again, hey, if you made it this far, thanks a ton. What is that, a 10-minute show? Dear Lord. Hey, thanks again for listening. This is Dana from DV Auto Detailing. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. If you're listening to this on a podcast app, please consider subscribing for more mint detailing stuff. If you want to check out my Instagram, I'm on Instagram. It's the.wax.podcast. And I'm also, if you want to check out my detailing page, it's at dv.auto.detailing.ma. And if you want to shoot me an email, feel free. I want to hear from you. What is your favorite detailing brand? Do you have one that you use? Do you like using multiple? What do you like to use? Hit me up at thewaxdetailingpodcast@gmail.com. Everybody, enjoy your detailing out there. Have a good one. And I'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Take it easy.